St. Anne. I'm going to start off with a poem that Janet's going to publish in a few months. It's Sistina.
The October issue. Wow. I'm sorry.
And it's called, titled Spring and Not One Singing Bird, Sistina variation. Spring and not one singing bird, reader. The future is a naked branch. How can I help you? The receiver of this poem will hear nothing, just a certain calmness, like after a suicide, but before the corpse has been cut down. Before the corpse has been cut down, spring, and not one bird. The air is calm after a suicide. Reader, the future is a naked branch. You will hear nothing. How can I help you? I don't think I can help you. Before the corpse has been cut down, you will hear nothing. Nothing. Not even one singing bird. Reader, the future is a naked branch. Everything will be calm, like after a suicide. Everything will be calm like after a suicide. I doubt that I will ever be able to help you because the future is a naked branch and the corpse has not been cut down. It is spring and not one bird. You will hear nothing. You will hear nothing, just a certain calmness like after a suicide. You won't see one bird. I will not be able to help you. The corpse has not been cut down. The future is a naked branch. No future, just a naked branch. The receiver of this poem will hear nothing before the corpse has been cut down. Just a certain calmness, like after a suicide. I will never be able to help you. It is spring. There isn't one singing bird. No one can help you. The corpse hasn't been cut down. It is spring and not one bird. Just silence, like after a suicide. The future is a naked branch. You will hear nothing. We've been doing some riff pieces. There's several of us actually right now, and this is from the riff series. It's titled Eddie, Ralph, and Bobby. Eddie. 85% lean meat. White Castle sliders, 4 of them, that is, and chili in a styrofoam cup nestled inside a greasy white bag resting on a windowsill at 3 o'clock in the morning. Feet propped up on the bed. A rolled cigarette dangling from a swollen lip. Smoke jumping through circles. Not much has changed, wise guy. You're still listening to Frank Sinatra on the CD, still wondering how you got here, only this is now and that was then. No use doing an inventory when you don't intend to change a thing. And the brightest moon in 18 years is shining through the open window. Ralph decides he can make his own chili and 85% lean meat White Castle sliders right at home. See, he says, All you do is form them into 2 1/2-inch square patties of wax paper. Punch 5 or 6 holes in each patty. Freeze them until you're ready to cook. I'm impressed. It's not every day I get to eat sliders right out of a pan. And he adds, hot dog buns, cut in half, work best. Ralph, always the smart one. Bobby, lightning, thunder. It's not a great idea to be working on the computer during a rainstorm, but he has to get it down while he can. The memory of those all-night diners with their gleaming subway white tiles like something out of a bad noir movie. The scent of cheap subway roses in dime store vases, taste of real Cokes before the formula changed. The memory of his blacked out father eating sliders, chili running down the kitchen wall. The stench of a cigarette going out on the wood kitchen table. I'm writing a lot of noir stories and poems right now, and there's a very well-known character named Scargill from a very well-known French story, a novel. And anyway, this is called Scargill, Sliders, and Sorrow. And Sliders is throughout this whole piece I'm doing. Scargill. The dwarf named Scargill is sitting next to me. He's reading Paris Spleen while he sips a gin and tonic almost as big as him. And here I am, minding my own business while the bartender wipes the table with a dirty rag. I watch a spider crawl across the floor. So far, so good. I can hear the bells in the harbor, see the moon through the window, a white rabbit someone has pulled out of a battered black hat. See a few thrashing stars. I am happy, really I am. Sliders. I know I've had too much to drink, too many sliders when I start blathering something about sin and redemption to anyone who will listen. And the dwarf who's sitting next to me begins to sway back and forth, back and forth, before pulling a derringer on me, and I'm not frightened. In fact, I think it's pretty funny, which isn't a good thing, because everyone's running out of the place and now it's only him and me. Even the bartender has gone into the bathroom to scratch his fleas. The little bastard is stuttering now, and his absent reflection in the bar-room mirror only makes me laugh harder while the hard rain is pelting the windows outside, and Baby Love is playing over and over in my head when I hit the sawdust floor. Sorrow. Sometimes I simply unravel, begin to bray like a wounded mule. There's no ignoring me or shutting me up. A bald affliction has seized me, and no amount of small talk can talk me down. I'm a rotten egg in brine now. I'm lime and salt on the rim of a bad margarita, a bleeding scratch that won't coagulate. Phlegm on the barroom floor. I'm crazy about Jack Spicer. I don't know how many people are familiar with him, but this is from a poem of his that inspired this one. Black Death. Red blisters bloomed on our skin, chills and fevers made us all fall down mid-sentence. Weren't we playing musical chairs when death walked in? We swelled like yeast, mixed with flour, died. Then the wagons came. We died, then the wagons came. Red blisters had bloomed on our skin. We'd swelled like yeast mixed with flour. Chills and fevers made us all fall down mid-sentence. When death walked in, weren't we playing musical chairs? It's possible we were playing musical chairs before we died, before the wagons came, before death walked in. Red blisters bloomed on our skin. Chills and fevers made us all fall down mid-sentence. We swelled like yeast mixed with flour. We swelled like yeast mixed with flour. Weren't we playing musical chairs? Then chills and fevers made us all fall down mid-sentence. We died. The wagons came. Red blisters bloomed on our skin when death walked in. When death walked in, we swelled like yeast mixed with flour. Red blisters bloomed on our skin mid-sentence. Maybe we were playing musical chairs. Then we died, and the wagons came. Chills and fevers made us all fall down. Chills and fevers made us all fall down when death walked in. We died, and then the wagons came. We swelled like yeast mixed with flour mid-sentence. I think we were playing musical chairs. Red blisters bloomed on our skin. I'm sure we were playing musical chairs before the wagons came. Then red blisters bloomed on our skin. We swelled like yeast. Flour fell down. All because death walked in.
All set. Well, get out. Get up.